Why hello there, I am the unnamed moderator of /tipofmytongue who banned the uploader from the sub for no reason and egregiously insulted him. And I am a basement-dwelling loser who plans to mooch off his mommy the rest of his life and is also a massive narcissist who gets a sick enjoyment out of ruling my subreddit with an unfair iron fist, and also gets a sick enjoyment out of fucking others on their over like a because I need to compensate for not fucking anyone in real life. I like to go around and ban people from my subreddit for a first offense, which in and of itself is unreasonable as dildos, and I should know, as I use dildos often. However, what makes this worse is that my idea of a first offense is, quite literally, doing absolutely nothing. No really, if you make a post then do nothing to reply to it for too long I will ban you indefinitely without even getting the context as to why you were absent first. So, if you have a friend with cancer, have a dying pet, or just took a break from Reddit because life got in the way, tough luck you loser, I'm banning you. Oh, and by the way, as you may have guessed, this is what happened to the uploader. However, I wasn't even right to claim he made no response, as he did actually post with an alt account explaining how none of the answers given so far were right, so I literally banned him for no reason at all. Well, let's be real, even if he didn't reply I still would have been way out of line to ban him for a single time of this, especially since he did reply in the past to other posts in our sad excuse of a sub. What's that? You thought this was the full extent of my action? No, that ain't even the half of it, and watch this, the uploader has screenshots to prove it. And yes, he probably didn't handle this as good as he could, but maybe, if I didn't lead him with the most extreme option of banning he would have been nicer to me, not to mention he was already dealing with a lot of shit like a breakup, crippling and chronic loneliness, and family shit so it's not like he needed my crap on top of it. Not to mention, being nice to people like me who are firmly in the Achillean group of people who go out of their way to antagonize others never works anyways, as the uploader's escapades on fanfiction, a toxic advance wars by web game, college, and so many other events, where people have singled him out and made his life miserable like this shows. Anyways, oh, enough drivel, let's take a look at the screenshots shall we? Point. Oh look, here is the uploader getting pissed off, after I banned him for a first quote-unquote offense and pretend healing Hitler to me, to point out how disturbed all my actions were. He then goes on to make a legitimate point about how I am being absolutely ridiculous and suggesting I step down from my mod position, as mod, because I am clearly unfit to lead. Now this is a valid point, but actually admitting to his face that I was wrong would make me look bad, so instead, I doubled down in this shit and, well, just look at the post. See for yourself how pathetically I handled this and how emo I got. This is who you chose to be mod tipofmytongue, a guy whose own tip of his tongue is too busy sucking himself off like to be anything resembling a decent leader. Not to mention how I pussy muted him before he could retort, like what a coward I am. Oh, and by the way, I think I should point out some of the hypocrisies of my post. First, I bitch about the uploader having no common courtesy, yet I call him a cunt multiple times, so who am I to criticize in that regard? Not to mention, the uploader certainly isn't going to start caring about others' time, if all they have to say, when he doesn't do it on his own because his life gets in the way and it's tough that makes it clear they feel entitled to his time and insulting him for not doing so. Like imagine, if a blind or elderly person said to you quote help me across the street you fucking cunt end quote, would you help them? Or would you be less likely to help them, because they insulted you? Second, I must point out how fucking deluded I am with that we won't let you back in remark, as if the cesspool of a sub is such an exclusive place that the uploader would even want to be a part of after being treated with such egregious disrespect. Like please, he isn't that desperate. Anyway, now would be the part of the video, where I would say, how I fail and list inanimate objects, including the fourth wall I just broke. But first, I have to mention how the uploader, disgusted with how I treated him, went to the Tip of My Tongue Discord group, and yes they do have one, if you want to kill a bit of time and troll the toxic mods for the lols. But anyway he went to the Tip of My Tongue Discord group and posted the screenshots trying to hold the toxic mod accountable and expose their toxicity, so others didn't get wrongfully banned, and also, because he is a spiteful chaotic good person who likes to watch evil fuckers like me figuratively burn to the ground, as PWNED says. One of the mods responded that the screenshots weren't readable, but, before he could attempt to make new screenshots, he was, probably not surprisingly, banned from that also, or at least removed. So I guess either the person who said this was in charge of the whole thing, which is disturbing, if true, or, alternatively, the person in charge was sympathetic to me and my toxicity and decided to turn a blind eye to it, so yeah, avoid their Discord group and the subreddit, unless you are a masochist. Anyways, obligatory part, where I say this is how I feel, and I have no friends or girlfriend/boyfriend/polyamorous arrangement, and I must make a blowjob myself, though the uploader is still unsure what that means exactly. I also make love to the choice of all toxic pricks like me, inanimate objects, and their objects include but aren't limited to halogen lamps, the Tai Chi chasers, topped by the Sailor Man's hat, carbonate lava, calcium carbonate stalagmites, as opposed to stalactites, jumpstart 4th grade CD-ROM games, bismuth crystals, gopher's hole in Winnie the Pooh, pillows, sheet lightning, cardboard boxes, the song Hanky Panky by Tommy James and the Shondells, glass light bulbs, specifically incandescent ones as the heat causes me glorious pain like it does wit. The Cube Muppet, Galvanese Ed Steel, Cadmus, Pokemon Go apps, Jasper Staff from Aladdin, Ed's Buttered Toast, $1 casino chips, specifically those being used in the poker room, vacuum cleaners, Quaker Oats products, lima beans, garbage cans, Mark's sex life from the room, gangsters, the chairs Steve Wilkes throws, engineer's dispenser, noxious gases, abacuses, or I guess a backae, portobello mushrooms, commas, Dorkly Bits shorts, Kevin the villain assistant from said shorts, electrical storms, Van de Graaff generators, polonium, atoms, My Little Pony sex dolls, golf clubs, bagpipes, Mount Everest, desert sandstorms, pimp canes, syzygies, the city of Halifax, chandeliers, chandrel mushrooms, and my own gigantic ego. When I make love to these things it sounds like, you think listening is annoying and pointless? Well, I'm a narcissist, so I don't care what you think. The person writing this, while petty, is better than me. The people besides him I've undoubtedly banned for unfair reasons like a tyrant are better than me. Hollow lumps of shit are better than me. Some fiction bombers are not better than me. But they also aren't worse either, because we all suck in the non-sexual way. As said before, I have no redeeming qualities. I am uninitially and beyond proud of my pathetic existence. Bag, that lost well. Well, anyways, now I gotta go and... who is that familiar-looking man approaching me who had an old-fashioned head and an old-fashioned wooden penis? Oh no, I recognize him. It's...
Yes, my chap, it is I, the Quaker Queer, better known as Oats, probably the most prominent member of the Barney Bunch, to be a non-founder of it, and I have a real boner to pick with you. I heard and saw the shit you pulled on the uploader and most likely countless other innocents, you fucking tyrant. You are clearly unfit to lead anything, and should be banned from Reddit entirely, you sick fuck, and since Reddit itself won't do anything, I guess it's up to me. Not to mention, you used my products as dildos to pleasure yourself, which normally I wouldn't have an issue with as that's what I make my world famous poopy oatmeal for. But suffice to say, a scumbag like you doesn't deserve to be able to use that stuff for that purpose. As like the pube muppet, you don't deserve to get satisfaction. Anyways, I have come here to smack some sense into you with my old-fashioned wooden penis. But first, since I'm bound by the good guy code, I'm obligated to give you a chance to reform. Though I highly doubt you'll take it, or even acknowledge you did anything wrong, so will you unmute and unban the uploader and others you have wronged, apologize to them, and then step down willingly from your mod position so someone who actually has the user's best interests in mind can take your place and rule fairly? Or am I going to have to punish you?
Fuck you. You are clearly a cunt who don't care about anyone but themselves. Oh my god, I must know your Reddit account so I can ban it, and also the author Barney Bunch member so I can ban them also, even though they have never done anything to me, and also all the people watching this, as they are guilty by association, and then I will sue you all and call your managers for you disrespect and for daring to insult a perfect specimen like me. And
okay, you know what, that's fucking it. I'm going to interrupt your fucking deluded Karen rant to just punish you. Smack. You deserve this. Smack. The uploader is so fucking tired of Ashoyans like you making his life hell, and I doubt he's the only one. Smack. If you had just ruled properly and shown any remorse for the ban, this wouldn't be happening to you. Smack. using your porn collection on your hard drive as dildos coming all over your computer, so you cannot use it to be a tyrant anymore. Beating you upside the head with an Atari Jaguar console I stuffed up my ass, because as the angry video game nerd said, it's shit, and I find shit swallow. Bam 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 bam. Beating you up with your computer stuff which I pulled back out of my ass. Now closing your Reddit account down after I unban everyone you wrongfully banned. And yes, I can still do this somehow, even though I just destroyed the computer he was logged in with. Oh my god, you smell like shit, which don't get me wrong makes me horny as I'm a member of the Barney Bunch, but oh my god, do you ever bathe in anything besides your ego, you disgusting pig? Well, let me fix that by bathing you in my cum soy bag. You fucking deserve that, and are now dead because my cum melts, witches of which you are one, akin to how water melted the Wicked Witch of the West.
No. No. No, stop, 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 no, stop, 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 no, stop, 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 no. You. I am dead. One night hate you, come oats.
Bag, that was swell. Good riddance, you loser. I swear, all these scumbags are all alike. Miserable, irredeemable, narcissistic sociopaths who get a sick enjoyment out of wronging the innocent, and deserve to die, or at the very least be removed from positions of power. Hopefully someday people as a whole will man up and fight back against this shit instead of just sitting back complacently and acting like it's no big deal. But until then, I guess it's up to me and the rest of the Barney Bunch and our troll pawning comrades like Tony Little and Limps of Muck. Anyways though, I got to go, both in the sense of taking a steamy dump like shishi, and in the sense of I'm late for a giant orgy. See you later. And, as the uploader says at the end of his in-person videos, fuck everyone, especially if they are a swell male who is as deviant as me and the others in the Barney Bunch.